Hey Gold Rush fans, episode 14 will be here this Friday, so let's talk about it. Welcome back everybody to Gold Rush Minute. If you're new to the channel or a subscriber, I'm Gold Rush Minute, where I break down the most recent episode of Gold Rush and all the spin-offs. We talk about the miners and go over past episodes of the series. Let's start with the Klondike King, Tony Beats. So the Beats crew are coming off their best week to date of 472 ounces of gold. The Beats crew, they're firing all cylinders and they're back on track for that 5,000 ounces. So this season so far, the Beats crew have mined just under 2,100 ounces of gold. So if they're able to repeat last week's gold total, they'll easily reach that 5,000 ounce goal. But we all know, it won't be that easy. It wouldn't make great television. So the tennis method that the crew has been doing with the blue and the cold cut, it's working. The white channel gold is producing some great gold. I'm pretty sure that Tony is relieved because of the cost of digging so deep. So the Beats crew, they haven't had any issues with their trommel this season, if I'm remembering right. So with that being said, it's due for a breakdown or at least some downtime this week. For gold this week though, I feel Minnie will be pretty happy and the Beats family will mine right around 450 ounces of gold. Next up is Team Misfits. So last week, I'm not for sure if anybody noticed this or not, but the announcer, he never said Special Forces medic Fred Lewis. It was just Fred Lewis. So that's besides the point now. So let's talk about his gold weigh from last week. So they ran for a day and a half. So let's say 18 hours, a 12-hour day and a 6-hour day. And they were able to mine 15.5 ounces of gold. No rock truck, one excavator that keeps on breaking. Talk about magician's trick, right? So with last week's gold total, this brings them just under 53 ounces for the season. They're just over 10% of the way there to their goal of 500 ounces. So not to be the bearer of bad news, but they're not going to hit that goal of 500 ounces. So honestly, what's a realistic goal for them? 400 ounces, 300 ounces? Honestly, I feel that Fred is going to change his goal from 500 to a more manageable 250 ounces. There's going to be a big meeting about this with his crew. But let's think positive here for a moment. They ran for a day and a half. They produced 15.5 ounces of gold. So in theory, they should mine right around 50 ounces if they run with no mechanical issues or downtime. But now back to reality. So the team should mine right around that 20 ounce mark. Hey everybody, just want to take a moment and thank everybody that has subscribed to the channel. And if you haven't, it only takes a moment and it's free to do. Next up is the Clayton Brothers. So missing for a while now are Brandon and Brady Clayton. The brothers are now so far out of reach of 500 ounces that Team Misfits, they've surpassed them on gold so far this season. So Brandon and Brady, they have been seen for a couple weeks, so who knows, they might have a pile of gold waiting to show us, or at least maybe they made their way to Golden Acres. Like before, they're mining week to week, paying their way to keep mining. Brandon was seen last time selling his gold to keep the dream alive. The brothers, they've been pretty fortunate though. So far this season, they've had only a few setbacks when it comes to their equipment. So the brothers have mined 37.68 ounces of gold, and they have no shot of reaching 500 ounces. Like Team Misfits, they need to rethink their gold totals for the year and shoot lower. Maybe 200 ounces might be more realistic for them. With that being said, their brothers should pull in 15 ounces of gold this week, keeping their week-to-week operation alive and running for another week. Last up is Parker. Overseeing his operation in Alaska, his team had 2 weeks worth of gold to weigh, and I wish I could have seen it in person, but they mined 1,055 ounces of gold. So far, Parker has mined just under 4,000 ounces of gold. Tony has to be loving his royalties this season. So Parker's Alaskan operation hasn't been seen for a while, and I feel we might get a small taste of it this week on Gold Rush. Nothing too crazy, just enough to show to the Gold Rush fans that there's work being done up there. Parker's massive $1.8 million gold haul last week, it'll probably never be obtained again in Gold Rush history. Granted, it was 2 gold weighs in one. So this week, it'll be back to the normal gold weighs, just over 500 ounces of gold. There you have it, Gold Rush fans. If you like the content and want to see more, please subscribe to my channel. It's free to do and I greatly appreciate it. Till the next time.